Alright, guys. Well, guys, it's been a long time. I don't make a stream speaking in English, so I hope I don't screw it up. So, what we're gonna see right now on this live is we're gonna texture a scale and also a shovel, candy shovel. So, I already have my pieces here set in 000 with the scale in 111 and scale 101. So I'm gonna just extract these two guys, and I'm just gonna remind you guys. First of all, when you're just texturing in Substance Painter, you need to take, if you're gonna use these pieces for TV or film, you need to subdivide this piece um, as much as you need. So in my case, because I did not do any sculpting, so I'm just gonna subdivide just two, and also try to keep the corners in the UVs in this case, because we're gonna also the UVs are gonna be subdivided and smooth in the process. So I'm gonna just extract these two guys, and I already have material assigned for each one. So I have the shovel underscore M, and I have my scale, or yeah, scale underscore M. I already have my UVs prepared. So for this guy, I have UDIMs, but I exaggerate my my textile density for just for these three pieces. The main reason is because these are gonna be big pieces, and this is gonna be for the measures in here. So in advance, I will not apply numbers in this guy. Not at the moment. I'm just gonna apply just the textures as a normal, uh, without I mean without numbers and without measures. So I'm just gonna make a fast and quick way for texturing this. In some cases, you're gonna see some of my smart materials. I already prepared some of them in previous tutorials. In this case, I will not prepare new materials. I will start from scratch, and the way to export this is you have multiple options. So you have OBJ, you have FBX. You don't have to triangulate these guys, because these guys will not be on games. So at the end of the day, so you don't need high poly for baking process. I'm just gonna auto bake the high poly with the high poly. So let's just extract these two guys and just export in OBJ, and let's just find, I have my OBJ in here. Oh, I already export these guys. So but I'm gonna show you how I set up this. So I'm gonna override this. I already have my settings in here, so it's gonna respect the scale on 101. I'm gonna export the UV coordinates, the normals where they're pointing, and I'm gonna export these as a groups in the material. The next thing that I need to be concerned about is I need to apply this. I need to apply my modifier, because I already have my subdivisions in there. So I'm gonna just export with apply modifiers. I'm gonna repeat it. Is include only the selection, scale in one. This is alright. The axis, UVs, normals, apply modifiers, objects in groups, and also just in case materials in groups. In my case, I already have my materials, so I'm gonna just export this guy, and then I'm gonna jump into Substance Painter. So I have a previous version. I have the 2022, and the way to set up this is, first of all, just go to File, New. Then we need to use the UV tailable, the UDIMs. So we're gonna preserve the UVs that we already have. If we change this into auto unwrap, is gonna re-change. Is gonna change completely our UVs. So as you know, as long as you know, Substance Painter is non-destructive work. So you can start from scratch from a very low resolution like 1K, and that's completely alright. In the template for this, I really I really don't care about anything about this because I'm gonna just apply it when I export everything. So for the column management, doesn't matter this. I'm just gonna use legacy because I'm gonna apply my lots inside of Substance Painter because I already have my aces and for Unreal and for standard processes. So let's just select. Let's go directly to the folder. I think it's in here. In here. Let's. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. And weight underscore shovel geo. Let's just put it in here. So we already cached this in here. So let's just open it. Let's see how it behaves because sometimes you need to check for um, no many false polygons in there, and also you need to check for reverse normals in there. So as you can see here, we have two sets. I mean, two materials at this point. So we have the shovel and we have the scale. So let's just start just working with the shovel because it's a small piece. It's just in one UDIM. Let's just touch here in focus mode, and the way that we need to start texturing something in Substance Painter is a little bit like um, stubborn because many people wants to directly paint on the process, and that this is not correct. So this first layer is an add layer. Is not for painting. Is for other tasks. So we're gonna just rip it off, and we're gonna just apply a fill layer, and then we're gonna just call it base, and we need to go to the properties and see what PBR settings do we have in here. So in this moment, as you can see here, we have base color, we have metallic, we have roughness, we have normal and heights. So this means that we are working with roughness material. So most of the time I don't use the SM material. I prefer to use the legacy one, the PBR metalness, this one. This is perfect for the process because it's gonna just this is gonna be read perfectly in many softwares and many render engines. So let's just start. So this is the base. So I'm gonna just leave it this base just like this. I'm gonna just Control D and duplicate, and I'm gonna put a C, and it's gonna mean color. So I'm just gonna add color in here. So I'm gonna just start. I'm thinking about some how to say, like kind of like plasticky and also chromy in here. And for the shovel area, I'm gonna apply something like fake wood. So let's just start working on these guys in here. So I'm gonna just start doing my chrome one. Many people is gonna just start complaining about why do you why don't you just do everything just in one layer. I don't want to do that, guys, because my main concern when I start just working on something where I don't have control is that I'm gonna have chaos in there. So I want to have free properties where I can just manipulate, separate. So this is gonna be just the color, and I'm gonna just Ctrl D, and then I'm gonna just call these R roughness, and I'm gonna change color to roughness, and then I'm gonna just duplicate this. I'm gonna put M for metallic or metal, And then I'm gonna just duplicate this guy, and I'm gonna put heights. Most of the time, some people ask me, why do you put heights and normal at the same time? Sometimes in the past, I have some weird experience in this case. Sometimes if I don't add this channel in here, it doesn't convert. Sometimes this is something weird that it happens one in 2 million. So sometimes if you don't turn on the normal map channel in here and the high maps, it doesn't extract the high maps as a normal map if you paint heights. So this is just precaution. You can turn it off. That's not a big deal. But I prefer just to have it in here in order just to convert the heights in normal maps. So first of all, I'm just gonna start just working in something like some uh, some plasticky rough in here. So let's just add a different color, just like, how to say, something like this. Yes, this is gonna be just my color, and let's just check the values. Well guys, for the color here, never go 100% black. If you go 100% black, you're gonna have so many problems in there in order to make color correction or something like that in compositing. So don't make the compers angry with these kind of things. So try to have something no more, no less than 0.05, something like this. And then compers, they can just change these values in compositing with the AOVs. So we're gonna just leave it like that. Let me just increase it just a little bit, like let's just increase this guy like 0.084. And then let's just add in the roughness. I'm gonna just start constructing my roughness, how much specular and how the specular is gonna behave in there. So let's just go directly to this area to start these assets, and then we're just gonna click procedurals, and then we're gonna filter these guys. I don't know what's going on, guys. Sometimes I have these kind of problems, and I like to filter everything in here, not in here. So let's just go, if we want something like, let's see, something like this, it could be really nice. Let's see how it behaves. This is pretty good actually, but I want to do something a little bit more shiny, something like this. And also we can just manipulate whoa, first of all, first mistake, don't do this. What I did is completely wrong. Let's just right click, then add a black mask, because we want to have freedom in these values. We're gonna apply this in the mask in here. So let's just drag it in here, and then we can just start just playing with this. Okay, let's just start just moving this, or we can just go up, start just moving the balance of this. So I like something like this. So this is at 1K. Let's just decrease this guy just a little bit, or increase it. Let's just make something like this. First rule, so you don't have to be worried, because many people is just thinking about why did you apply all the material, all the settings to the whole complete object. No, I'm not thinking about that. I'm just thinking just to produce the PBR material in here just in one group, and then I'm gonna apply a mask and just isolate this area with the material. So I really don't care about um, to make this looking the whole piece right now. I just want to see how it behaves. So let's just finish this. So in metallic, in my case, sometimes some plastics, they have some metallic paint in there, like pretty tiny values, like point 0.1, and then the heights. What can we do with the heights? So we can just make all of these rough um, points and textures interact with the heights. So how can we do that? We need to use anchor points. So anchor points are gonna just track all the information that we have in this into this guy. So how does this works? This works in this order. So let's just right click in here. Let's add an anchor point. So we already have a name in here, so let's just rename it, and we're gonna put like ranch text, and we're gonna just call this information that we have. This is just absorbing the information from the grunge rough dirty, and then we're gonna just drag this information into here. So what is the process to do this? So it's right click, make a black mask, then add a fill, and this fill you're gonna ask, so we're gonna find this anchor point, so you need to click in here, and then you're gonna find resources. You can call a resource if you don't want to call the anchor point. This is the normal way that we're working in here, but anchor point is in here, and you're gonna be able to see grunge text. So in this section we don't have anything affecting yet, so let's just click in here, and let's just move this slider a little bit. As you can see here, it's start working in here pretty nice. So first of all, you need to be conscious that we're working in 1K. Let's just increase this to 2K to see how it behaves. This is pretty much better. So I like this. And the roughness, I want just to change this guy a little bit, just something like this. Or, no, it's alright. Okay. This is pretty much okay. So first of all, when you're working like this, don't use UV projection because we're not painting manually. So first of all is just change it to triplanar to avoid sims. If we change UV projection, so we're gonna be able just to see the sims in here, all the cuts that we produce in the UV edition. So let's just change it here in triplanar, because we don't want something very specific, so we want something like this. So we have something like this, and let's just move this guy a little bit. Let's just reduce the values in here. This is 100% right. I don't have any problems with this. So as you can see here, if I move to 0, hold the gaps, hold these dots in here of the textures, they're just reflecting 100% shiny. As you can see here, they're white, so we can just increase the repetition here, like, I don't know, possibly 2. I'm thinking right now, do I really like this texture? It looks okay, but I want something a little bit more protagonist in here. Like, could be something like this. Let's just change this guy. Something like this. And let's just increase this guy in here. Something like this. we can just have these values like this, and then we can just invert the values just in order just to have something like this. So this is pretty much okay. I like it. Something like 4. Let's just move this guy a little bit to center. Something a little bit more shiny. And this guy can be a little bit, not so much. Something like this. Like something a little bit old, like rough. Let's just decrease a little bit more. This is actually pretty good. I like this. I like this so much. Just move this guy, something like this. Yeah, I like this. So this is gonna be just the plastic or the plastic raft for this section for the handle. We're gonna start just isolating things in here. Let's just select all of these guys, then Ctrl G to create a group. We're gonna put handle, and then here the magics come. So we're gonna just add a mask in here, a black mask, and then we're gonna just start add a paint. Not this guy. This is gonna be right clicking here and add a paint exactly into the mask. So what are we gonna do? We will not paint with the brush. We could paint with the brush, but my objective in here is just use the polygon fill, because we can use the the UVs, the chunky UVs, or the islands, the whole mesh, polygon by polygon. It depends what you want, because sometimes you wanna just I don't know. Let's just put an example in here. Is sometimes some people want just to apply just in one section, one no, one yes, yes, one no, one no, something like this, because they want interact with random um, effects in here. But we're looking just to click in here just to fill this section in here, because this is um, the goal that we're pursuing right now. So let's just start working with this. Let's just make these guys like chrome. Let's just start working making the chrome material. It's very easy, very easy. But the main thing that you need to understand is um, we want control. We don't want that just in case in future if other guy is gonna start just working on this, making variations. So be conscious that somebody else is gonna be request to do some changes if the client wants to make a change. So let's just make things more um, how to say manageable. So we can reuse the handle one, and we're gonna just delete this guy in here, and we're gonna just change, for example, the color in here. Same for whites, no more than 0.9, no more than 0.9. In my case, I'm gonna use 0.811, 811, and we will not reuse these guys. We're gonna just reuse the practically the layers that we're already having here. So first of all, metals, chromes are 100%. In this is an exception. You can use 100%, but I would recommend a little bit less, like 0.94 or something like that. Then we can just start playing with the color. Let's just change this to 0.7 or 0.5. This is actually pretty good. I like it. I like this guy. And then we're gonna just re-add a block in there. So what are we gonna do in here? We're gonna just paint in some specific um, islands in here. So we're gonna paint this because these guys are gonna be 100% um, white. I mean chrome. So this is the way. I'm sorry about to say that phrase. I hope YouTube understand that I'm joking. So this. Oh, well, actually, this is the way just to apply for independent areas in here. So we have in this. So I want to do something a little bit more um, characteristic. Like let's just apply a fill in here, and we're gonna just apply this guy or this guy for the scratches. I mean for the roughness. All right. Let's just make a contrast in there, and let's just change this to triplanar. Let's just change to 4 and change this guy to yeah, 100% is gonna be right in this occasion. Yeah, I'm looking something like this. Yeah, I'm looking something like this. This is actually pretty good. I'm gonna change my panorama. I don't like the panorama. I already have my how to say, I already have my HDRs that I work with them almost every day. So let's just bring these guys in here. Let's just something like this. I'm gonna add this guy and this guy. It's the same image, but one is with color and the other one is just black and white. So let's just use these two guys as environment. Library. Yeah. Why not? Let's just add one of these guys in here. Let's just add this guy in here. I love this because it's gonna give me more information in here. Is this one is I found it in I don't remember the link, but I promise I'm gonna share it with you guys. I'm gonna change it to black and white because black and white is gonna give me pretty good information with 100% the colors that I am using right now. I like this. I love this. Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna save this guy. Let me just save this guy. And candy shop. Let's just make this some candy shop SP show scale underscore show. Yes. All right, because we don't want to cry if something happens, if this thing crash. So this is pretty nice actually. I like this. I would like, yeah, this is pretty good actually. All right. First of all, guys, I know people is gonna tell me I have never seen a candy shop using a rusty or oxide shovel, but you know, guys, you need to understand that sometimes we are gonna have things in real life. We don't use 100% polished and 100% brand new things. So understand that things have rusty areas, um, um, wear and tear areas. Let's just do that. I'm gonna bake out of bake, hide with the same information that we already have in here. So I will not use the scale. I will not use it. By mesh name, and that's it. I will not use this guy, not this guy. Just alright. Let's just do this. It's gonna be like 2K. Then let's just jump into the options. I don't need thickness, I don't need position, curvature, yes. um, eh, we can just avoid these two guys in here. And anti-aliasing could be, I don't like to use it personally. Amino occlusion, let's just add like 128 samples. Let's just occlusion by only the same name, same in the curvature map, um, um, from the mesh. Okay, let's just in case in here, let's just deprecate. Yeah, just in case. Or not. Let me see. No, we need, yeah. No, we need to use same mesh. Yeah, we can increase here 64. Let's just make this. We don't need 2K. Let's just make it. Let's see. It's already finished. And let's see how this is working right now. Let's just check. Okay, curvature map. It's working pretty nice and dandy. Smooth things. Ambient occlusion. This is pretty good actually too. Nice. This is pretty good actually. Yeah. And normal maps is something that I really don't care about this because we don't have any high maps, high meshes in here. I'm just auto baking the same thing. Let's just continue working in here. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna change. I will not use wood in here. I'm just gonna use like a rusty metal. Let's just do that. This is gonna be the chrome. So this is alright. And let's just reuse this guy in here. We're gonna put oh my god, I almost threw away some water in my keyboard. Okay, rusty metal, and we're gonna do some changes in here. Let's just kill this guy. We will use this guy but later. This is already okay. Let's just add a paint. Let's just fill this guy in here. Let's just in case. Let's just add this. Pretty good. Nice. Pretty good. Okay. But we're gonna change this guy because we're gonna use some bumpy stuff in here. Let's just check this guy just in case. Yeah, it's alright. Well, first of all, we're gonna add one more texture in there in order just to have something different than this guy and this guy. So let's just add something that is gonna make the difference between those metals. Let's just go in here. Let's just clear the search. Let's just go and check what is good for us. Let's see. Could be. I like the austere texture in here. So we have something like this. Let's just add it. Or let's just kill the dark colors. It's okay at some point. Let's just change values in here. Let's do something like this. I like this more. Yeah, this is pretty good actually. And this is gonna be triplanar. And yeah, triplanar. Not this guy. This is just for the material, but you can change it, but it's not gonna do anything. just continue working with this, and let's just change some stuff in here. Let's just see how this behaves. We can right click and add a level, then we can make some contrast, something like this. I like this actually. I like this. It's pretty good actually. Let's just make some bump stuff in here. Let's just add an anchor point. It's gonna read. It's gonna be roughness rusty. We're gonna pull all of this information from these three guys in here into this guy, and then we're gonna just read it in here in the heights. Let's just add a fill in here. Let's just call roughness rusty, and then we're gonna be able just to see something because we already had some values in there. So let's just clamp it a little bit, just the values, just in case. Let's just make something a little bit more interesting, something like this. We can crank the values and make something different, something like this. I like this. Yeah, let's just increase until 4K and that's it, no more. This is gonna be 4K. This is gonna take a little bit seconds, some seconds. I love this actually. I love this guy in here. Yeah, this is pretty good actually. Let's just add more. We're gonna still working in 2K. I just wanted just to see. Let's just add another color. It's gonna be like that could be okay here. It's gonna be like curvature rust. Let's just change this guy in here, something like this. I know many people is gonna say, oh, I will never buy candies in a candy shop using a rusty shovel. It's okay guys, this is just visuals and that's it. Let's just use this guy in here. We're gonna put this guy in the top. We're gonna use a black mask, and then we're gonna add literally a generator. Let's just bring metal edge wear, and this is what we have in here. So we have this information in here. So as you can see here, we can just change the information as much as you want, or you can just change the information not to be rusty, I mean to be copper, or between copper and silver, or copper and steel. It's looking pretty good actually. Contrast, let's just change it to the other guy. This is alright actually. Let's just change the values of these guys. AO. Let's just start working with, this is the curvature one. So this is what I was looking at the end of the day. It's pretty good actually. We can just smooth it, the effect, as you can see here, just a little bit tiny. I like this. And then we can just clean this with a paint in there manually to give something a little bit more with a different profile. Let's just look for something that we could possibly use to do something more interesting. Splats, no. Stain, could be. We can use this guy, then change the values in here. So spacing is it's okay at some point. We're gonna use the jitters in here, the flow. We're gonna change the angle, position, just a little bit, in order just to rip a little bit some information in some areas. First of all, I learned at EA when I was working in there in Plants vs Zombie that we should not start just doing something like this, like something like this. It's not gonna be organic. So try to use like Kirby or um, like this kind of motion like this, something like this, like a U or contra U, like this. Let's just change something like this. Let's just change some information in here in order just to make it a little bit more organic. It's alright. Let's just change this. This is actually it is going pretty good. I like this. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. And then what I want to do in general, this is almost finished. I would like to apply something a little bit more like opaque, more diffuse on the rusty in here. So as you can see here, it's just um, shiny in there. It's using the speculars in there. So I don't want that. So I'm gonna just um, I'm just gonna apply here the roughness with this guy, and I'm just gonna rip it off, something like this, and there you go. We can also reuse this in the high maps, metal, no metal, heights, and then use like negative or positive, depending what you're looking. I like the negative. I'm not a negative person. I prefer not to be. There you go. And here we are. So we have the shovel. So we can reuse these maps, these PBR maps in other projects. So if you save the smart materials in here, so we have a rusty metal, we have a chrome. I'm sorry, man. I'm pretty bad in grammar, also speaking at some point. Chrome. And the handle is gonna be like um, rubber. So we can save the smart material from rubber, um, chrome, and the rusty, and then we can just reuse our materials. As you can see here, we have the rubber, we have this, and we have the chrome in here, so we can reuse these guys in future. So let's just jump into the scale. The scale is going to be a completely different story. This is something that is going to be a little bit more complex at some point, but if we think carefully, let's just make the bakes for this guy too. We need to make the bakes because we didn't do the bakes for this guy. I'm gonna bring this guy in here and the rusty metal. No, well, the rusty metal, no. Just because I already have it, let's just bring this guy in here, the vase. I don't want to recreate it from scratch. I mean, do these two guys in here. Let's just no ID maps, no position, no thickness, because we will not use um, subsurface scattering. So let's just change some of the parameters in here. Yeah. Alright. Same name. Yep. Same things. Okay, let's just bake this guy. Let's see. Alright. We're going back. So as you can see here, the ambient occlusion is already working in here. It's doing pretty good job actually. So the shadow is behind there. So let's just start working in here. In here, I'm gonna bring the rusty metal in here, and we're gonna kill this. We're gonna apply another one. Let's just apply this guy in here, because we already create that material. We're gonna just reuse it. Let's just check and avoid bad things. Let's just see how it looks right now. It's looking pretty good actually. Let's just change this into 4K just to see how it behaves. This is looking pretty good, guys. Pretty nice. As you can see here, it's looking really good. We can just reduce a little bit tiny the values of this guy. This is not gonna affect the other texture set. Don't worry. Something like this. Looking really good. Really good. I like this. So let's just clean a little bit this. Let's just not so much. We don't want something like thrown into the garbage right now. So I mean, this is we're gonna still using this in a vintage section in the store. Let's just change some rusty in some areas. Yeah, this is alright. I like this. So we're gonna produce something a little bit similar but not the same results for this area, for the container, for to weigh the candies in there, how many grams or how many pounds you're gonna take of candies. I know a lot of pounds of candies is pretty good. So let's just, I'm gonna just create another one from scratch. I'm gonna call this C, then I'm gonna just kill these guys. It's gonna be roughness, metal, and hides. Alright. So let's just change this guy into metal. Don't pay attention about this. We're gonna isolate later like this guy. So let's just start working something like this, and let's just use another completely different values in here, like 0.5, something like this. And we need to understand something like this. This is gonna be alright. Yes. then we can change the order. We can just put this guy in here, and let's just start from into the roughness. Just add a fill in here. Let's just go this way. Let's just change this guy. And we need to go and start using procedurals. Love procedurals. Let's just see if we can just use something like this with another completely different. Let's just use this guy just in case. Let's see how it behaves. It's pretty good. Let's change the values in here to do something negative or positive. Let's just change also the projection into triplanar because we want something tailable. This is looking pretty good actually right now. This is going pretty good. Yes, it's going nice. Let's just do it. Let's just add another one, and then we're gonna just start layering. I don't want this. I want to go directly to the noises. We can just possibly use B&W spots or something like that. Yeah. Something like this, and then let's just start blending these guys. Like, could be a plus. Let's see how it looks. Midtones is good. Let's just change the values in here. Let's just play with the balance. I like this. You know, the where the candies just go to the center is a little bit less than in the other guys. Yeah. Let's just see if soft light is gonna work better. I like this. And we can just blurring this section in here, like, let's just blur it. Something like that. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, just reducing a little bit. This is the area where they kind of start just doing more polishing in there with their substance in there. So yeah, this is pretty good actually. Let's just duplicate this guy. We're gonna make a variant color in there. We're gonna just make like multiply in there, and we're gonna make a trick. We're gonna call this darker color. We're gonna reuse in here an anchor point that I'm going to apply in here. Yes, hi maps. It's pretty good actually. Let's just bring it. Yes, this is what I was looking for. Let's just change a little bit the metal, like 0.8. And as you can see here, guys, we can see some blacks, some gray colors in there that is gonna give us a little bit more confidence in there. This is pretty good actually. I like this. Rusty is in there. We can change and we can extract this rusty guy. Let's add an anchor point and then, or not, let's just copy and paste in here, just so we want to. Let's just rip this guy. We're gonna isolate all the information from this guy. I'll start using here. Because we don't want so much in there. Okay, let's just put all of these guys in a group. Wait. Container. Let's just add a mask. Paint. Let's just add information just in these two guys. That's it. Yeah. We're gonna make some changes into this guy here. Let's just make those changes already. Let's just change this guy here. Grunge texture, the curvature. Yes, we're looking for this guy. And the ambient occlusion. Yeah, this is what we were looking. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. So we can change a little bit just the color of this guy, like multiply this guy. Rusty area, but not so much. Where we can just possibly change it into overlay. Overlay is pretty good actually. It looks pretty nice. Nice and dandy. And we can just paint a little bit, some rusty in some areas. Let's just decrease the flow just a little bit in some areas. Yeah. Yeah. So tail could be a little bit, not so much. It's alright. And we can use the chrome for this guy because this area is constantly in movement. You need to understand that it's constantly moving, and this is gonna be more, it's gonna have more interactions in there. We're gonna use the chrome, we're gonna delete this, and then we're just gonna apply a new one just in the areas that we need, just in these guys. A dark chrome. Something like this. Yeah, this is pretty good actually. And to make better contrast for these kind of situations, so let's just start just reusing the chrome, and we're gonna make something a little bit more interesting. This is gonna be like Cooper. You're gonna see I'm gonna apply this. So let's just change something a little bit like this. Be careful, no more than 0.811 or 0.9 is too much in that, and no less than, no 100% whites, no 100% blacks. So just take it in mind. Let's reuse this guy. Let's just add information where I was playing just to make some beautiful contrast in here. Something like this in here. just this guy. Let's do, for example, this guy here, the border. Let's see how it looks. It looks pretty good actually, guys. I really would like something a little bit more warm. A little bit, not so much. It's just something like this. It's pretty good actually. I like it. Yes. Let's do, for example, something like like some black plasticky. Let's just do something a little bit more quick. One, two, three. This is gonna be rocked. This is gonna be metal. This is gonna be heights. Let's just make something a little bit more dark. It's alright. Let's just make these guys roughed. This is gonna be the metal. And this is gonna be heights in case if I use them. So let's just add a field. Let's go back to Brazils. Ranches could be something a little bit more fractal or cloudy. Let's see. This is okay. Okay, 4. Let's just move this. It's gonna be for the measures stick. Remember this in triplanar, just in this case. And let's just increase to 4. 4 is alright. I like that. Let's just put it in here because I'm gonna reuse this information as an anchor point in here. It's this guy. And let's make the capsule in here. It's gonna be stick measures. Let's just add a black mask. Just paint what we want. Just this guy, and that's it. And yeah, let's see if we can just reduce a little bit the amount of this guy. I like this. So, and there you go, guys. This is it for the shovel and the scale. I like the information. It's following the same styling here, and it's looking pretty good. I can see all the pieces, and yeah, and these guys are already prepared for exporting. So let's just save this, and we're gonna just export these guys, and we're going back to Blender just pretty quick, just to make something just for look depth, and that's it. Let's just export the textures, and I already have my settings in here, so I'm gonna explain my settings in here. So is gonna be Blender Compact PBR. What does that mean? It means this. Let me show you. I already prepare my PBR like Unreal Engine. You can reuse that in Arnold, you can reuse it in Blender, you can reuse it in many other render engines, but I prepare mine one with my specific naming conventions and many other things. So I have diffuse and I have my ambient occlusion, roughness, metallic just in one map, and diffuse in an independent map. I have my normal maps in an independent map. I have RGB masks. I can extract in red color one mask. I can extract a G in green color and blue color in different masks, and I can have 3 masks in here, 6, 9 masks. So this is pretty good in case that you wanna send it to comp. I also have my emissives and I have my displacement maps. As you can see here, I have my JPEGs. I can change it. I really don't care about this. It's gonna give you more detail if you have something over 16 bits, like PNG 16 bits or 24 bits, or XSR. In my case, this is just look depth. I don't care so much. I just care about the detail on the normal map and these guys, and that's it. So I'm just gonna extract what I need. I don't care about these guys, and I don't care about these guys. I'm just gonna extract something how it looks. Then I'm gonna extract all the type of these guys, both in 4K. Then I'm gonna look for my output. So this is gonna be in my hard drive in here. It's gonna be Candy Shop, and it's gonna be, I'm gonna just make another one. It's gonna be PBR maps. There you go. Let's just do this, and then I'm gonna save these settings in here. So next time, everything in here is gonna be set up like this in my if I need to make a change on textures, but I won't need to change any settings like this manually again. So let's just save the settings, reopen, and then export. Let's just export these guys in here, and let's go to Blender when it finished. It's just, yep, there you go. These are my materials, my PBR textures in here. So as you can see here, many people is very confusing about the AO, roughness, and metallic. Is because each of one of these guys is collected in RGB. So AO is gonna be red color, roughness is gonna be green color, and metallic is gonna be the blue channel. So let's just go back to directly to Blender. Let's just go. So we already have these guys in here. So I'm just, because I wanna clean the scene, I'm just gonna re-export these guys in low res. I'm just gonna call this guy underscore low in order just to have order. So I don't want to apply the modifiers because I want to start a completely 100% clean scene. General, then I'm going to just drag it out just like this. It's just a bit like this, yeah. All, and let's see. By groups, yes, everything is pretty good actually. Yes, let's just do it. Okay, let me explain you something, guys. As you can see here, Blender has a new settings in Blender 4.2. They have a little bit small issues with importing some stuff. I don't know why it's taking so much time just to read it. I don't have any idea, and I really don't care. But sometimes it takes like some minutes, and if this doesn't bring the stuff into the scene, just close the blender and then that's it. Just go back and reopen it. In this case, it takes just a few minutes in here. It's alright at some point, and we already have some materials in here, as you can see. Let's just jump directly into apply the subdivision surface, and remember, keep corners in 2, and then we can just reapply and we can copy this information into the other object. Is select the object that it doesn't have the properties, and then the other one, Control L, and then copy modifier, and that's it. I'm gonna kill the floor and the grid. I don't like. We can kill the center and the 3 cursor, but it's alright, man. I don't care. Text info, yeah, go away. Then we can just start rendering in Eevee Next. Eevee Next is pretty awesome. Let's just start render this guy and change this like this. It's going pretty good. Let's just add the ray tracing like 1 on 1. This is okay and okay. Yeah, full quality in here. I don't care about this 100%. I can increase a little bit the rays, and let's just start constructing our material. Let's just bring the share editor. Let's just bring all the textures in here. Let's just kill this guy in here. Okay. Shift A. Let's just bring multiple images. We're gonna bring, in this case, we're gonna bring the shovel textures, the diffuse one, the roughness, ambient occlusion, and metallic, and the normal maps. Let's just bring these 3 guys. So as you can see here, we have this in here. So we need to change some specific things because as you know, some of this need to be RGB and some others needs to be non-colored data or linear. So in this case, color is alright. I just changed the alpha. It says straight to none in my case because I don't have an any alpha. And let's see how it behaves. It's actually is bringing the color pretty nice. It's working really good. Let's just start setting the other guys. Let's just open this guy with H. As you can see here, we have RGB. Let's just change it to non-color. Is the proper way just to start working with this. Normal map is gonna work exactly the same way because it's just gonna read information, not colors. So what do we have to do next? We should not connect directly this into any of this. First of all, as long as you know, we have ambient occlusion in red color and we have roughness in green and we have metal in blue. So we're gonna split the colors and we're gonna separate the information, separate colors, RGB into here, and then we can just plug roughness and metallic in here, and you're gonna be able to see that is working right now. We can connect the ambient occlusion, yes, but we have to mix this guy the ambient occlusion with the color, because it's the shadows that is provoking to be close one object to the other. So let's just bring and mix color. Let's change this into multiply, put it in 100% in the factor, and then the red color in B. So as you can see here, in some specific areas, let's just bring in some shadows in here, as you can see here. If we want to see how it behaves this, so there it is. This is how it behaves. We can possibly shuffle it and make it a little bit more consistent with ramp color. That's not a big deal. You can just start making something like this, not so much. Change it to B-spline. This is actually pretty good. It's working really nice. And then we need to organize this. This is completely a mess at some point. So let's just do this. Alright. So let's just make some dots in here. I'm gonna put this guy in here, and I'm gonna just move this guy right here and right here. Or yeah, it's alright. I just want to have some order in here, and that's it. For the normal map, it's something that a little bit more special. So we need to go to the vector, and then we have to go to normal map. Just be sure that you already have tangent space, because there's several options for other different kind of goals or objectives. So let's just plug color into color, and then normal map into normal in here, and let's see how it behaves. So as you can see here, the normal map is just working pretty good. This is not a complaint, but this is just an observation for that I have to do. When you're working in Maya, sometimes when you have this node in Maya, for example, to increase the value, sometimes it doesn't do anything, but it does weird things. But in here is a little bit more accurate, because you can increase the normal maps without going back to Substance Painter and just deal with it. In Maya, this is a little bit tricky, because it does some weird how to say, shadows in there, and I don't like that. It's something pretty weird. So you can just decrease like 50%, 50%, or whatever you want. We have something like this, and in order just to see accurate colors in here in Blender in the new version, so we already have in color management, we have some information. By default, we're using Filmic. Filmic is actually pretty good, but I really prefer just to use AGX. It's much more accurate to production. So as you can see, colors are a little bit more contrast in here. So we can just start just working with exposure or gamma and things like that, or compers that can just try to do something a little bit different. Let's just do the other guy. It's a little bit different, the other guy. Let's just bring the textures. Multiple images is gonna be this guy. I'm just gonna bring just one guy in here, just one guy, because this is UDIM work. So we have 1001, 1002 for these guys. So I'm just gonna bring those guys, and then here in Blender I'm gonna change into UDIM workflow. So we have these guys. So let's just go first for the color. What we need to do in here is, as you can see here, it says linear interpolation. We can just change it to smart if you want it, but we have, for example, the type of projection. we will not change this because we're gonna work with the flat UVs in here, and we have the option to repeat or mirror the texture or things like that. We're gonna just leave it just like this in repeat, but we will not repeat it. So, and the other one is just how do you want to call it an image? Do you want to call it image sequence, a movie, generate like tailable, or you're gonna call UDIMs. So in this case, we're gonna call UDIMs. Let's just plug color into the base, and as you can see here, is the colors are just working properly in here. Let me just show you what happened if I don't change this value in here. If I change it to single image, so something is gonna happen like this. So the first UDIM is gonna be read by it's gonna be read by the second UDIM. So that's the reason, because we need to change it when we're working on tail UDIM workflow. So we have this, and we're gonna just do exactly the same with the other guys. Let's just open this guy. It's, remember, non-data UDIM. Let's just do also the same with this guy, non-color UDIM. And then one tip that I want to give you guys is, first of all, you can prepare your own collection of groups to in order just to have a master, like master Uber shader already prepared with connections, like with these guys, or not groups, or a gizmo. If you are more familiar with Nuke, you can prepare your own gizmo with these guys with empty textures, like this guy, and then duplicate, and then just grab these two guys, Ctrl G, and prepare your textures in here like this, and have this as a empty how to say, empty container, just to bring your just your textures. You can just duplicate and then just isolate the instancing in here. If you don't want that this one control this one, just click the number in here, and that's it. This is gonna be independent from this one. So this is how to produce fast gizmos in here. But this is a very specific case in Blender, that we're just producing something for two pieces, and that's it. So let's just bring the separate color in here, and let's just bring the normal map in here. Let's just connect this guy in here. Let's just connect this guy in here, and let's just start just splitting this guy with this. How did I do this? Okay, Control Shift, right click on the socket, and then in here, and it's gonna bring you a green color that is gonna mix this. So mix, we're gonna change it to multiply. Let's see how it's working right now. It's working pretty good, actually. You can see I like it. And then let's just plug green color into roughness. It is working, guys. Don't have any doubt about it. If you have any doubts, just disconnect this guy and you're gonna see results. So there you go. Blue, metal. There you go. And normal into normal. And there you go, guys. Here you have your two images already working properly. I have some tricks that I can share with you guys. For example, this. So first of all, if you remember, in Substance Painter we control with the levels or with other textures the roughness or the metallic in here. So we can control the result of this guy we can control this result in here with a color ramp. And this is going to be really nice because you can just control something like this and control without going back to Substance Painter your textures. For example, something like this. Let's just put an angle like this and let's just do something. You can see how it's working right now. For example, we can just do something more like this and have something a little bit more customizable, something a little bit more shiny. Let's just move the rotation in this guy, for example, something like this. Yes. So you can just start just changing things like this in your textures and make it a little bit more interesting like this, something like this. You can just play. If the client just want to change in this kind of things, you can just change it. For example, in this case we're working with RGB. We can just add a, if the client wants more gamma, a little bit more dark colors, we can increase the gamma, something like this, to be a little bit more contrasty. Yeah, this is pretty good actually. Let's just see pretty fast a result with Cycles Render Engine in GPU. I hope it doesn't slow down. I hope, because I need to change some specific settings in here. 32, we don't need so much, and denoise, let's just change into 64. It's gonna stop in 64 samples, so it's alright. Accurate, balance is alright. Albedo in normal, and denoiser should be open image denoiser. I like optics, but sometimes optics just do some weird things. I prefer the Intel one. This is really good. It's really amazing. Let's just change these values. We don't need so much high values, like 4, 6, and 4 is alright. 4 is alright. 4. The clamping, we don't need to clamp the blacks and whites so much. It's 0.84. Then performance, let's just do 256. Let's just do a quick render in the viewport. Let's just wait. There you go. So as you can see here, it's working pretty good actually. Yep. Let's just see text info. Yeah, it's working pretty good. Let's just bring the 32 bits image in here just to see something pretty better. Let's just add this one, and there you go, guys. Here you're gonna be able to see the results. It's going pretty good. It's a little bit lighty. Let's just change the look to more contrast, a little bit like this, like 0.8. There you go. This is the result that I was looking for. Check how the PBR is just working in here. We have made things in here, diffuse things, and we have like some shiny areas where we want. We can just reverse the effect, because originally it was like this. It was something like this. It was like this. Yeah, let's just bring back this guy, like something like this. This is going pretty good actually. It's really, I love this result because it's just going shiny in some specific areas, but not in all. Let's just change some specific things in here, like, yeah, there you go, guys. And there you go, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next. And this is something that I didn't have any plans just to do. It was something spontaneous. I hope you appreciate this. And I'm a little bit like amateur just streaming, but it's because I try to be me, not other people. And this, I'm just sharing my experience. And there you go, guys. It's the final results is gonna be different depending on how you manage your lining in there and how you make your compositing. So these are gonna be in some part of my demo reel for future. I'm just preparing it right now. I think I'm gonna just finish my demo reel in 2 months because I have things to attend and do. Thank you very much, and see you next.